The Pan Pacific Auditorium in Los Angeles, California is an example of streamlined modern architecture. Prior to its construction, LA had no public facility to accommodate a wide variety of public events. The city of Los Angeles hired the Henderson brothers from the firm of Woodman and Beckett to design the auditorium located at 7600 Beverly Boulevard. Built in just 60 days, the Pan Pacific Auditorium opened on May 18, 1935, with a home show. The Pan Pacific Auditorium is known for its 228-foot-long, green and white, west-facing facade. The facade had 4 towers reaching skyward that resembled aircraft fins. Behind the glorious facade, however, was a more modest wooden structure. With the exception of a small cafe, there was nothing remarkable about the design of the interior. It was more of a sprawling gymnasium. The auditorium was 100,000 square feet and could seat up to 6,000 people. The Pan Pacific Auditorium held numerous events including auto, boat, and home shows, political venues, sporting events, and concerts. In October of 1957, a young Elvis Presley performed there at the height of his career. In 1937, the Pan Pacific Auditorium was purchased by Errit Lobar Cord, a man known for his success in the automotive industry. He moved to Los Angeles to retire, shifting his focus to the Pan Pacific Auditorium and other entertainment properties on the surrounding land. The Los Angeles Convention Center opens in 1971, taking away almost all venues from the Pan Pacific. In 1972, the auditorium closes for business and begins a period of neglect and decay. On January 2, 1974, Cord dies and his will enters into probate in the Reno courts. This begins almost a 2-decade drama for the property. LA County 3rd District Supervisor Ernest E. Debs wanted to buy the land from the Cord estate and tear down all the buildings, including the auditorium. By the time the county is able to buy the property, the LA Conservatory has taken interest in protecting the building. The Pan Pacific is added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1978. A year later, the county buys the land and looks to restore the building. It is determined that restoration will take over $6 million. The project is put on hold, and the Pan Pacific continues to be neglected. In 1980, Hollywood used the famous facade for the movie Xanadu, starring Olivia Newton-John and Gene Kelly. The movie is about 2 men introduced by Newton-John who restore the neglected Pan Pacific Auditorium into a popular nightclub. Although the movie did not do well in the box office, it did resurface interest in restoring the auditorium. Unfortunately, there was not enough financial interest in restoring the Pan Pacific, and for the next 9 years it continued to decay. Shortly after 7 p.m. on May 24, 1989, a fire started in the Pan Pacific Auditorium. The fire started inside the building, and according to the firefighters interviewed, they could not fight the fire because it was inside the building. Firefighter Roy Rodriguez, a member of the first company to arrive at the scene, was quoted as saying, "We're going to let it go, then we're going to put it out." By 10 p.m., only one pylon remained standing, and it fell about 15 minutes later. The Pan Pacific Auditorium was gone. 3 weeks before the fire, a nearly full-scale replica of the facade opened as the main entrance to Disney's Hollywood Studio theme park in Florida. Today, if you go to 7600 Beverly Boulevard, you will see the Pan Pacific Recreation Center. Opened in 1992, the Rec Center with its single tower pays homage to the Pan Pacific Auditorium that once stood there.